President Trump's taunting tweet this week raising the specter of nuclear war with North Korea sparked fresh concerns in the Pentagon, at the State Department and even in the White House about whether a carefully calibrated strategy to compel the rogue state into negotiations can survive the impulses of both countries' leaders. The presidential pronouncement, as most of his tweets do, caught West Wing aides by surprise, as well as allies in Asia, who wondered whether it was merely an unscripted musing or a sign of a growing rift between the United States and South Korea. U.S. policymakers had assured their counterparts in Seoul that they would tamp down bellicose rhetoric in the run-up to next month's Winter Olympics, hosted by South Korea in Pyeongchang. Was the United States suddenly shifting course? But Trump administration officials said that there has been no shift and that the president's language simply reinforces the government's strategy of maximum pressure to address the rising threat from North Korea. As part of that plan, U.S. military commanders have been readying potential actions against North Korea, short of preventive war, that might communicate the United States' resolve. The latest episode began Monday, when North Korean leader Kim Jong-un proclaimed in his annual New Year's Day speech that he kept a nuclear button on his desk and that his arsenal of weapons could hit the entire United States. Then Tuesday evening, one of Trump's favorite retired generals, Jack Keane, analyzed Kim's button boast on the Fox News channel, the television network Trump regularly watches. Roughly 10 minutes later, Trump, who advisors have said is sensitive to appearing weak and relishes having the last word, weighed in by declaring his button to be much bigger and more powerful than Kim's. Trump concluded his tweet with a threat to North Korea, "And my button works." Korea talks set for next week, with low expectations and lots of wariness. The exchange of playground-style taunts exposed the pitfalls and the promise of Trump's improvisational involvement in arguably the most dire foreign policy problem his administration faces. "It's a reckless, awful thing for any president to say, but of course it's not real," said Patrick Cronin, an Asia expert at the Center for a New American Security. He added that National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis and General Vincent K. Brooks, the senior U.S. commander in Seoul, are not going to let that kind of attitude determine U.S. actions. They can prevent the rhetoric from becoming a reality. Democratic leaders as well as some Republicans in the national security establishment condemned Trump's tweet as dangerously belligerent and cavalier. "This is not a game," former Vice President Joe Biden told CNN in a rare public criticism of Trump. "This is not about, can I puff my chest out?" Trump administration officials said the president's tweet, however colorful, was in keeping with the administration's maximum pressure policy, which emerged from a rigorous process involving top officials from the Pentagon, the State Department, and intelligence agencies. "We are leading an international pressure campaign using diplomacy and sanctions," said one senior administration official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the subject.